Rated PG-13.
A chilly start to the day tomorrow. High temperatures reaching the 50s for Marquette. We might struggle to get there, and we'll have some breezes down to Iron Mountain and Escanaba. Your full details.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, President Trump holds a phone call with Putin lasting over 2 hours and aimed at ending the war in Ukraine. Plus, a computer scientist from MSU analyzes the environmental impact of artificial intelligence use. And the Gwynn community looks for ways to move forward after the school district's bond proposal once again did not pass. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Welcome back. First look at your forecast. This past week, we definitely saw some warmer temperatures well above average. This week is a little bit different of a week, and we're really going to feel that tonight into the 30s for most of the Upper Peninsula. Iron River 36, Marquette 36 as well, with Munising around 38 degrees with partly cloudy skies. And tomorrow we'll get a little bit warmer, but not warming up all too much as that cloud cover increases through the day into the mid 40s. And I'll have a look into your Memorial Day weekend coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Kelly, thank you. President Trump worked to bring the war between Russia and Ukraine to an end today by engaging in a lengthy conversation with Russian President Vladimir Putin. President Trump also weighed in on former President Biden's health. Erica Brown has the latest from Washington.
Pam, thank you. President Trump says he believes his 2-hour phone call with Russian President Vladimir Putin Monday morning went very well, and that the Russian leader is receptive to reaching a peace deal with Ukraine.
But I did say, it's time, you got to stop this thing. And I believe he wants to stop.
In a social media post, President Trump said Russia and Ukraine will immediately start negotiations towards a ceasefire and, more importantly, an end to the war. But it's unclear whether significant progress between the two countries will be made. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said he spoke to President Trump twice on Monday and told him Ukraine is ready for a full and unconditional ceasefire, but warned if the Russians are not ready to stop the killings, there should be stronger sanctions. President Trump indicated the Vatican under Pope Leo may also play a role in future negotiations, noting it may be willing to host peace talks.
Having it at the Vatican would be, in Rome, would be I think it would be a great idea.
Also on Monday, the president weighed in on former President Biden's health.
I think it's very sad, actually. I'm surprised that it wasn't, the public wasn't notified a long time ago.
On Sunday, the former president's office revealed he has an aggressive form of prostate cancer that is spread to his bones.
Why did it take so long? I mean, this takes a long time. It can take years to get to this level of danger. So it's a very, very sad situation, and I feel very badly about it. And I think people should try and find out what happened.
Biden's office says he is reviewing treatment options with his doctors.
President Trump also said today he spent a great deal of time speaking by phone with NATO allies about the situation in Ukraine. Also today, the president signed into law a new measure that prohibits the posting of non-consensual intimate images, both authentic and AI, online. First Lady Melania Trump joined the president in the Rose Garden, where he signed the bill known as the Take Down Act. It's a measure she strongly supports through her Be Best initiative, saying it will protect the country's young people. The law makes it a federal crime to post real and fake sexually explicit imagery online without the subject's consent. Those convicted could face up to 3 years in prison, along with civil penalties for platforms that refuse to take down images promptly.
We will not tolerate online sexual exploitation, and especially it's gone on at levels that nobody's ever seen before. It's getting worse and worse, and I think this is going to hopefully stop it.
Today, through the Take It Down Act, we affirm that the well-being of our children is central to our future, of our families and America.
The legislation received near unanimous support in Congress. Meta, which owns Facebook and Instagram, along with TikTok and Snapchat, all support the legislation. But digital rights groups warn the new law could lead to the suppression of free speech, including legitimate pornography, and does not contain protections against bad faith takedown requests. Artificial intelligence is changing the way we live and work, but it's also raising serious environmental concerns. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has more from a computer scientist at MSU about AI impacts grabbing the attention of environmentalists.
As AI technology becomes a part of everyday life, schools are working to keep up as students increasingly turn to AI tools like ChatGPT, and lawmakers are backtracking to catch up, pushing for policies to prevent the abuse of these tools.
Even if people don't want to admit it in all instances, everybody loves it, right? It's so useful.
But that usefulness comes at a cost, especially without environmental safeguards. It's adding to the criticism surrounding the overuse of AI, and climate scientists are sounding the alarm. Training large AI models requires enormous computing power, drawing on data centers that use massive amounts of electricity and water.
There are limits, right, to what consumers as individuals can do. And I think that's where regulation and policy is supposed to step in and sort of play a role.
At the federal and state levels, lawmakers are looking to limit the abuse of the technology, but any regulations preventing the overuse of AI or putting limits on the energy data centers can use hasn't been popular.
Maybe there's a thoughtfulness that we expect on the part of consumers of AI tools. Maybe there needs to be, for lack of a better term, a lower bound. And I don't have the answer for what that bound is, but maybe there needs to be a lower bound or some equivalent of a speed limit, if you will.
He says as AI continues to grow, the challenge will be finding that speed limit, balancing innovation with environmental responsibility. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
Last month, voters in the Gwinn Area Community School District voted down a $30 million bond proposal for renovations to the high school and middle school. Superintendent Sarah Croney wants to know why. She held an informational session before and after tonight's school board meeting. Our John Truitt was there and has the story.
The bond proposal would have paid for a new roof, a new gym, new classrooms, and a long list of improvements to the high school, middle school facility. Superintendent Sarah Croney believes that after the voters turned it down 3 times, it's time to reevaluate that list.
You have to consider what can our community afford. I'm not angry. I'm not sad. I'm trying to get a school repaired.
Croney says that fear played a big part in the defeat of the proposal.
When they say no, it's because there's fear of what the cost is going to be for their taxes.
A big issue that split the community was the cost of a new gym. For many residents, that was seen as an unnecessary expense.
The community is saying is they don't want to pay for a gym.
A common issue was that of attracting and retaining students, something Abby Pickett sees as directly related to athletic facilities.
What's going to keep students in our district and what's going to bring families to our districts, and that's the extracurriculars, and we really have to look at that, even though some people think, well, that's not education, it really is.
Gwinn resident Melissa Derby believes the board should start with the things that are essential.
If you start with the need of a new roof, and actually they see you put forth that money to the roof and it gets fixed, then we'll go on to something else.
It's now up to the Board of Education to decide a way forward. In Gwinn, John Truitt, WZMQ 19 News.
Kelly Rowland has your first morning weather forecast when we come back. Plus, more severe weather is on the way to the central United States. And a Mexican Navy ship crashes into the Brooklyn Bridge over the weekend. We'll have the latest after this.
I had a brain aneurysm in the year 2000 here. No one was going to hire someone that had a disability or whatever. I went through a program here at Goodwill well over 20 years ago, and they hired me as soon as I was able to come back to work. They hired many people with disabilities and stuff and get them back into the workforce. My favorite thing I work at Marquette Goodwill is just interacting with the people. It's great atmosphere here and great people here. Goodwill treats everyone really good. It's like a second chance almost, I was going to say. It really gets you back on your feet.
Shop and donate to your local Goodwill.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. 3, 2. For a better better service experience, come to John's Auto Marquette.
And don't forget,
My family's been in business for 70 plus years. We really needed to stress that this is not just a running store. Our running shoes are good for everybody.
It's about the people out in the community who are in the workforce. All those people really benefit from the proper footwear and structure that a running shoe can provide.
They might come in limping, almost like a miracle, walk out of here dancing. It's more than shoes. There's a caring that doesn't exist in a lot of businesses anymore.
Welcome to Car Breakdowns 101. I'm your Professor Ice-T. If your car is out of warranty, a car breakdown could eat you alive. Look at that car. The transmission alone could cost you $3,000. And that engine, how much do you love your kidneys? Don't even get me started on the computer system. That's a small fortune. Do what I did and call CarShield. They get expensive car repairs taken care of so you don't have to. Class dismissed.
Call 800-859-0084.
Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
Welcome back. Thanks for being here on this Monday night. We take a look at our Blades bait and tackle fishing outlook here. Only a 1 out of 4 stars for tomorrow. We will have low rain chances here. A little bit breezy, a little bit chilly with the best times between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. and then again at 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. So we'll definitely see those chilled temperatures through the week. If you are wanting to enjoy the sunshine at least, you'll need the jacket, and you'll need the jacket to send the kiddos to the bus stop tomorrow morning. Again, the sun will be with us, but we're going to be in the mid-30s for Marquette as we send them off at 7 a.m. and then pickup time around 3 o'clock. It'll be breezy, wind gusts maybe about 25-30 miles per hour, and we will have increasing cloud cover, and we'll see it here on First Warning Weather Futurecast. Really, the cold temperatures are going to be the theme just before Memorial Day weekend here. So we'll see some rain showers that will want to creep into the area. I do think most of it will stay into Wisconsin here, but we'll still feel some breezy conditions down to Iron Mountain and down to Menominee because of that. So Marquette, Munising, Newberry up to here, we'll see partly cloudy skies really throughout your Tuesday. Wednesday, we're looking good rain-wise, just tracking the clouds there too. We will have a few scattered showers just before the weekend, like I said, but the future winds, again, 10 to 15 miles per hour, few gusts up to 25 miles per hour. That's going to keep us chilled, especially with those northeastern winds here to start off the week. Things will start to calm down wind-wise, and things will start to rise temperature-wise as we get into Memorial Day weekend. You start planning and start planning. We are expecting nice and sunny conditions and warmer conditions too. Saturday mid-50s, Sunday and Memorial Day itself, Monday near 60 degrees. Really sunshine across the board here, a few clouds, so get the barbecues going, get the tea time set, whatever your plans are. We are looking good for Memorial Day weekend. So any showers that we do see before that, we will deal with that because we're looking good for the weekend. And looking even further ahead past that, next 6 to 10 days, we are still going to be expecting slightly cooler than average temperatures, probably see about average in the mid-60s here, but tomorrow not seeing much 60s here. 62 for Newberry, that's about it here. 57 for Iron River, so really struggling temperatures, below average temperatures, kind of the opposite of what we saw last week. We're a little bit spoiled with close to 80 degrees for some of these days. So the 50s really through midweek with a few evening drizzles, a few scattered showers here and there for your Thursday and Friday, but then the skies will start to open up. We'll start to see the sunshine just in time for your Memorial Day weekend here, mostly sunny. We know how the weekend looks, nice and sunny here. Memorial Day itself, maybe a few more clouds here, but we're going to be back into the upper 50s and hopefully some warmer temperatures on the way for the next week.
All right, Kelly, thanks again. Millions of people in the central United States are bracing for more severe weather following a brutal round of storms that brought devastation to multiple states. Dozens of people are dead, including at least 19 in Kentucky, where the governor has declared a state of emergency. Nicole Valdez reports from London, Kentucky.
With the threat of more severe weather on the way, residents in Kentucky are racing to clean up what they can.
There ain't no words for it. It's like a war zone.
A tornado tore through the town of London Friday, 80 miles south of Lexington, ripping through homes and trees on a 16-mile path of destruction.
Right here where the green carpet is, that was my apartment.
Getson Roberts' apartment complex near the London Corbin Airport was leveled while he was still inside.
We dug ourselves out of out of this between that washing machine and that refrigerator. By the grace of God, we survived it.
The devastation really shows just how powerful this was because it goes on for what looks like miles, shredding even brick homes like this.
We should not have survived this.
These newlyweds escaped with their lives, but lost their home and almost everything in it.
We lost our wedding bands because we had them on a hook in the kitchen.
In Missouri, several people were killed after an EF3 tornado with wind speeds around 150 miles per hour ravaged the St. Louis metro area.
It's so overwhelming. This is a pain like I can't describe.
In Colorado Sunday, another twister blew this barn from its foundation and flipped a 20-foot mobile home on its side.
My phone has been ringing nonstop. My one neighbors came and they helped me get the dogs.
People in North Texas, west of Dallas, are also assessing the damage. Severe weather there caused power outages and forced one school district to cancel classes Monday.
Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear says multiple people remain hospitalized in the state, with 3 still in critical condition. FEMA officials are expecting to be on the ground in the region today to assess the damage. A shocking moment over the weekend when a Mexican Navy ship crashed into the Brooklyn Bridge in New York. 2 crew members died. This all happened right after the ship left its pier. It was supposed to head out to sea, but drifted the wrong way. Chris Van Cleve reports from the scene of the crash.
Look! Oh my God!
Cell phone videos capture the unbelievable scene Saturday night. A Mexican Navy vessel, the Cuauhtémoc, on a slow-moving collision course with the Brooklyn Bridge. The impact snapped the ship's masts, launching crew members working among the sails into the air. Video shows some sailors dangling more than 100 feet up as the ship barreled towards the shoreline.
It was just horrible outside. We heard like this wood crunch, which was just horrifying.
First responders say there were 277 people on board. 2 crew members are dead, including a female cadet. At least 19 are injured, 2 critically. The nearly 300-foot-long steel-hulled 3-masted ship is used to train Mexican sailors.
The captain that was maneuvering the ship lost, power of the ship and the current. Mechanical function caused the ship to go right into the pillar of the bridge.
The collision briefly closed the Brooklyn Bridge while crews confirmed there was no significant damage. The collision brings back memories of last year's deadly bridge collapse in Baltimore when a container ship hit the base of the Francis Scott Key Bridge. In March, the National Transportation Safety Board called for a damage assessment in the event of a major ship collision for 68 bridges in 19 states, including the Brooklyn Bridge.
The priority of the NTSB is to secure any recorders that the ship may have, and then they'll start interviewing people that were directly involved with the movement of the ship.
Without engine power, the ship would have been at the mercy of the currents, which were pushing towards the Brooklyn Bridge. NTSB investigators will be on scene today. The Mexican Navy says it regrets the incident.
Still to come on your 19 News, the community remembers the life and legacy of Jacques Marquette as we pass the 350th anniversary of his death. We're back in 2 minutes.
May is Maytag month at Kirkish Furniture. It's the biggest sale of the year all month long on all Maytag major appliances. Buy 2 select laundry appliances and get up to $100 in bonuses. May is Maytag month at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Finish your projects with DAP Heavy Weights Backling. It goes on pink, then dries white to signal it's ready to sand and paint. Pick up DAP Dried X Backling for only $2.99 after rebate. Get crisp, clean lines in your next painting project with Frog Tape. This premium-grade painter's tape includes paint block technology that seals edges for sharp paint lines. Just $6.29 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Tony's Green Thumb in Bark River is open for business. Tony's is your one-stop shop for all your garden and flower needs. Known for a huge variety of big, beautiful baskets, gorgeous planters, and over 600 varieties of vegetables and flowers to choose from. Open daily, come see why people travel over 100 miles to Tony's Green Thumb. Tony's Green Thumb, where beautiful gardens begin.
Did you know taking Zysol at night relieves allergies while you sleep? So you wake refreshed for a more productive day. Get 24-hour continuous relief that does not fade. Be wise all, take Zysol at night.
Choice Privileges makes it easy to earn points and maximize any vacation. You can earn reward nights fast and redeem at over 7,400 hotels. Maximized! Stay twice and get a $50 gift card when you book direct.
Pure Outdoor is the first program dedicated to increasingly popular outdoor and eco sports. Journey to the world's most exotic, breathtaking locations. Pure Outdoor.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live in Hodge.
Here I am. Welcome back, everyone. Sunday marked 350 years since the passing of Father Jacques Marquette. To celebrate, NMU partnered with many speakers to present the different angles about his life and what he left behind. WZMQ's Andrew Hantz has more.
On May 18, 1675, the missionary and explorer Jacques Marquette passed away along the sides of Lake Michigan on his way back to St. Ignace. To share his legacy after 350 years, the Beaumere UP Heritage Center hosted a Father Marquette commemoration at Gemrich Hall this morning. Coordinator Dan Truckee says it's crucial for history to be remembered at all angles.
History isn't black and white. It isn't all positive, it isn't all he's heroic, and it isn't all negative either. And we wanted to present different perspectives about looking at not only Father Marquette, but the Jesuits in general in the region, and the legacy that they've left behind here.
The event focused on these many perspectives with films and presentations given throughout the day.
We both have the strict historical perspectives, of historians,
Sorry about that, folks. Let's move on. Escanaba's Holy Name Catholic School launched a new sports program earlier this month, and it's giving some little kids a big opportunity to learn and grow. Our Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons tells us more.
The newest athletes to join the Crusaders roster are these young T-ball players, some as young as age 3.
Go Crusaders!
And with 31 players, it's taken off more quickly than expected.
We presumed when we first came up with the idea that we'd have about 2 teams, and we have actually 4 teams. We have 12 wonderful coaches already, so our first year has really hit off great.
On practice days, the teams rotate between stations where they learn the fundamentals of the sport at an age-appropriate level.
Each of our stations have 2 to 3 coaches. We just move the kids along to the stations where they're actually learning drills of softball or baseball, whichever one that they're going to go into.
And on game days, they hit the field for some competition and a lot of fun.
I like running around and running the bases and playing with my friends.
Players say they're developing new skills.
Well, learning how to run better and swing the bat better.
And the coaches say they're also getting social and emotional benefits from the experience.
They've been out here having fun with each other, because that's the main thing. Like when you're starting something, you want them to have fun. It shouldn't be all drills. So we've definitely been having fun just all together as a school family, which is beautiful.
Another extracurricular option for Holy Name Catholic School, and an exciting way to stay active, develop friendships, and try something new for students.
We're starting things for our kids because we want them to have sports here. Our goal is to start small and see where we can get.
Go Crusaders!
Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Escanaba.
The Holy Name Crusaders season continues on Thursday evenings through the end of the month. From Farm to Table is taking on a new meeting in Southern California as high school students learn life lessons through farming. Donnie Bacchus explains.
On this farm in Lake Hughes, California, about 80 miles north of Los Angeles,
ginger, basil, microgreen.
Dozens of high school students gather to see the juice.
This is the orange juice right here.
Is worth the squeeze. They're part of the SoCal 4-H Envirothon program.
We call it Seed to Sell,
where they're learning more than agriculture. Restaurateur Georgette Powell is the visionary.
Well, the students that we're serving are mostly black and brown. We've experienced a lot of gun violence and It's a food desert.
And you have to come up with a bigger idea.
She sees the program as a catalyst to improve those circumstances. Each student is guided through the process of planting and harvesting.
This is just a 10 by 20 tray, right? And this takes 10 days to grow.
Then teams up with Barron's Microgreens to sell the produce and juices made with it at Los Angeles farmers markets.
I've never been to a farmers market.
Deontay Everett is a graduate of the program.
The more health benefits that you bring to the community, the better you're making your community. And so that's what helps me just get involved.
And those are the seeds program organizers are working to plant with students.
There's a process in everything, so it's kind of like, just like there's stages through, growing microgreens, growing plants, farming. You really can't skip any steps in life.
They hope the lessons learned from farming.
Not just overnight, everything's gonna come to you.
Yeah, you have to work. You have to work hard, gain. You have to be disciplined and know what you want.
Will reap a harvest of opportunity.
Nicole Kidman plays a guru trying to shape lives in the new season of 9 Perfect Strangers, and Rihanna is releasing new music for the first time in 3 years. Here's tonight's entertainment headlines.
Welcome, everyone. We can begin. I invited you all here because sometimes you shouldn't deal with pain gently.
Nicole Kidman reprises her role of Masha, a guru who invites 9 people to a healing retreat in the Austrian Alps for the second season of 9 Perfect Strangers. The mysterious Masha uses unconventional methods to transform the lives of the strangers, sometimes taking them to the brink.
By setting it in the Austrian Alps in the way that we did, everyone was living together, everyone had to sort of bubble together and get to know each other, and I really feel that that helps the show because everyone becomes so familiar and therefore bold and willing to try things, and it's fun.
Henry Golding, Annie Murphy, and Christine Baranski are among the new strangers this season. 9 Perfect Strangers returns for season 2 Wednesday on Hulu. The new video game Doom: The Dark Ages takes players to a quasi-medieval planet under siege by bloodthirsty monsters where they stand and fight on demon-infested battlefields. Doom: The Dark Ages is now available on most gaming platforms. And Rihanna has released new music for the first time in 3 years. The song Friend of Mine is featured in the new trailer for this summer's Smurfs movie. Rihanna plays Smurfette in the film alongside John Goodman, James Corden, and Sandra Oh. She also is a producer on the movie. Smurfs arrives in theaters July 18th.
Now don't go away. Kelly Rowland tells us about the chilly temperatures we'll be getting tomorrow and a final look at weather. We'll be right back in just a couple minutes.
Yes, we're on thin ice. And everything is going up in smoke. Still, some are adding fuel to the fire, while the rest of us see the troubled waters rising. Our planet is under the weather. But when the going gets tough, the tough get, well, you know. Because in the heat of this moment, we're not about to lose our cool. Love it or lose it.
I thought it was just a rash, but it had a bullseye ring around it. My doctor said it was a tick bite. Luckily, we caught it early.
Ticks found in tall grass around your home can spread Lyme disease and other illnesses, which can lead to chronic health issues. The CDC estimates nearly 500,000 people across the country are diagnosed with Lyme disease each year.
I didn't understand why my brother was having so many asthma flare-ups. Sometimes he couldn't breathe. Turns out a roach problem at home was triggering it.
Allergens left behind by dust mites, roaches, and rodents are a major driver of asthma attacks, especially in children.
When I had a fever, body aches, and fatigue, I never thought it would have been West Nile virus. All it took was a mosquito bite while gardening.
Mosquitoes spread West Nile virus and many other diseases, and they can breed in standing water around your home. Protect your family from pests. Get the facts at pestworld.org.
All right, final check of your forecast here as we head into your Tuesday. Things are going to be a little bit chilled here, especially for Marquette. We will have the increase in cloud cover, which will prevent a lot of that sunshine throughout the day. It'll be a little bit breezy, too, with those east-northeast winds at about 15 miles per hour. And across the Upper Peninsula, mid-50s out to Ironwood here. We see the breeze down to Menominee and Escanaba, Manistee, 55, 62 up to Sault Ste. Marie. So we'll see 50s and 60s, even a few 40s on here on our 7-day outlook, and a few drizzles just ahead of the upcoming Memorial Day weekend. So we have the 40s, slowly recovering temperatures, lots of sunshine midweek here. We'll track the scattered showers, stay with us through the weekend, start making those Memorial Day weekend plans. Lots of sunshine ahead and temperatures slightly warmer into the mid to upper 50s.
Kelly, thank you again. Finally tonight, Vietnam veterans from around the state were formally celebrated with a pinning ceremony at the Ordock Brewing Company. The Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency annually travels around the state to represent those who have not been previously honored. This year, the MVAA came to Marquette, pinning 18 veterans for their duty from 1955 through 1975 across each branch of the military. Whether serving in the United States or overseas at that time, these members are being recognized with a lapel pin that symbolizes their service and sacrifice.
After most conflicts, you get a service pin when you return home. Our Vietnam War era veterans were not. And so we've made a concise and deliberate attempt to make sure we honor as many of them as possible.
Tonight's ceremony kicked off the 2025 Michigan Veterans Leadership Summit, taking place over the next 2 days at Northern Michigan University. We'll have more coverage tomorrow night. That's all time we have for right now. We'll see you again, 6/5 Central.
Fox Marquette Chevrolet is bringing you great deals every month, all year long. Lease a 2025 Chevrolet Trax LT for $369 a month for 36 months with zero due at signing. Together, let's drive. Fox Marquette Chevrolet. Experience the difference.